Hello, welcome to Work Hard, Dream Harder. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tia, and we're just two best friends waffling about life and trying to survive until we're 30.
Hello, welcome back to season 2 of Work Hard, Dream Harder.
So, we're on the theme of social media this month.
You should know this by now if you watched the last episode.
Our question for today is social media a blessing or a curse?
Considering. Ooh. Yes.
I'm undecided.
Oh.
That's it, episode over. Thank you for watching.
It depends what you do with it, and I think we shouldn't be giving it to teenagers and kids at a young age, like we said in a previous episode. We shouldn't be giving that. I think we were talking about this when we were talking about nostalgia or something.
Or maybe,
Yeah, we shouldn't be giving it to young children because they haven't developed their own opinions and thoughts. You're just shoving other people's opinions and thoughts in their brain. So then I think when we're our age, when we're a bit mature, we know what life situations are like.
But even at our age, if I see enough on social media, it does make me feel less than. There's like, do you know, like social media? Do you know, like people kind of banning themselves from social media for a bit or having like a social media break is really common for people our age, and that is clearly because it is a problem of some sort.
And that's why I have ways to kind of stop the doom scrolling, the constant scrolling.
Oh,
that's
gosh, yeah.
Why do they have to put YouTube Shorts and flipping Instagram Reels in the same thing? Because I want to watch YouTube and then I'm scrolling on stupid Reels. And at least with TikTok, I know what I'm getting myself into. So a good hack. There was this app called 1 Second where it stops me from scrolling on Reels and YouTube Shorts, and it just stops me. It stops me from scrolling because sometimes you want to like.
I sometimes don't realise how long.
Yeah.
I've been scrolling. So I am one of those people that might scroll on my phone whilst on the toilet, right? Don't judge me. Everyone does it. I know you do. Don't be at me.
Ew, dirty.
But like, it's not until like my leg goes numb that I realise, oh, I've been on my phone for a while. Like that's probably like that, and like when I'm about to go to bed are the only two times I like quickly scroll through my phone, and it always turns into more than 10 minutes. I'm always like, oh yeah, just 10 minutes, and it never is. And I tell myself every night, just 10 minutes, and it never is. And it's bad because it hooks you in, because it's such a like you're seeing like a 30-second clip and you're like, oh yeah, that's going to be no time at all. But like 100 clips later,
2 hours ago.
Like, so much time can be lost just from quickly scrolling through clips and you don't realise.
Have you ever accidentally watched a whole TV show on Shorts?
Yeah, because you just scroll to the next one. Like, what is that about?
And that's why the social media companies know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's scary. That's why I have to put things in control. You know what the sad thing is? I realised I was helping my mum. My phone was upstairs, and I thought, oh no, people have messaged me. I miss out. No, nobody even flipping bothered, and it put me into perspective that nobody gives a shit. In the way that you think it, because you think, let me check Instagram, let me be constantly involved in people's lives, right? But realistically, your close friends will message you, but why are we... It goes back to comparison. Why do we care about other people? Like, if you were gone a month, I don't think nobody would miss you.
Oh.
No, like...
What are you saying that for?
No, I mean the people on the internet. Maybe your close friends, like... you know, when you check up of everybody's
I'm glad
stories.
you specified that.
when you think that I need to keep a loop with these people, like making sure you're like looking
I need
at
to
their
post
story.
every day at 6 o'clock.
But nobody cares, and I think the people who care will spend the time to message you directly, phone call you, and I think we're so concerned about other people. As a human, we shouldn't be in that much contact with everybody.
Yeah, I think it's too much sometimes.
And the comparison, I've just skipped, like there's no, but I'm just gonna say comparison. The social media makes it so much worse because you're seeing everybody's highlight reels. And
so I think you're trying to say like social media can disadvantage you and affect your mental health, whereas, I mean, from another perspective, social media can kind of make your life easier.
Yeah.
Like tracking people down or seeing what such and such is up to. I'm all for like remembering birthdays. I am so bad at remembering everyone's birthday, and Facebook comes to my rescue every single time because I'm awful with birthdays. So that makes my life easier.
And it gives job opportunities to people, like the amount of like people who like make content on TikTok about films, and next thing you know they'll be invited to do press junkets. It gives you that, like, for people who don't have, like, so for example,
I mean, I got my job, so I've been promoted 3 times since I got my job. I got my job because I saw them put an advert up on Facebook. Like, it was literally just a post saying that they were hiring, and I emailed them, got the job. I wouldn't have even known they were hiring if it weren't for social media because I never venture into town, so I wouldn't have known.
I think it's more like, we were talking last episode about like, I don't know, a few episodes ago we were talking about like how our parents could just waltz into a place and then get a job, right? Social media gives you that opportunity to like make your own flipping job, or like make like network, like network. That's what LinkedIn is for. And I feel like sometimes, right, it's just what annoys me is you have access to so many people, and like on the episode about hustle culture, because you're so into seeing these people just be like flexing, or like they got like, I don't know what to put it. It's just because you have access to so many people, it makes you feel shitty that you're not on the same progression level, especially LinkedIn, because a person our age will have like, they're working for that company, because you don't have to go, oh, what are you doing? You just stalk their LinkedIn.
Yeah,
it gives you access.
Although it does tell you if you're being stalked.
But that's
so
the
I don't really stalk that many people on LinkedIn, but yeah, the option is there.
Yeah, and I feel like it's more that you have too much access. I think that's what annoys me, is that too much access, and the fact that you stop comparing yourself, and it affects you mentally.
It can get overwhelming, and because of the way that algorithms work, I, like probably everyone else, go through stages with my mental health where I'm on a like a all-time high, and then I'm on a really low, and it fluctuates quite a lot. And when you're on a really low, I don't know if other people do this, but I certainly do. Say, for example, I'm feeling really bad about body image, just to give an example. That kind of feeds into what I'm doing without me realising. So I'll be interacting with like posts of like stereotypically good looking people and thinking, I'm probably hovering on it a bit too long, thinking, why do I not look like that? Why have they managed to lose this weight so easily? Why am I so fat? Why do I look hideous and they don't? And then you're scrolling through, and because you're spending an extra few seconds lingering on this, or if you're struggling with your career, you might linger on like career progression posts, because someone you know has just had like a new job or a promotion, and you're lingering on that and you're like fuming about it. But because you spend extra time on that, the algorithm will go, oh, you want this, you want to see more. So you see more and more and more of the exact same thing that you should be avoiding. And it can really like damage your mental health.
And I think as we got older, we realise that, going back to the self-image thing, those people, are like, you don't know if they had a procedure to help them lose weight, or they're doing stuff to themselves to make that. And it's
Yeah, like Ozempic is a massive thing at the moment, isn't it?
The flip side, and I think social media helped me more aware of what's going on in other countries with like war, like Ukraine, Palestine, like.
It's informative.
And I was saying that like it gives it power to the people, because we would probably get our news from like the BBC or like traditional publications, but
They don't tell you everything.
yeah, but a person from Ukraine and Gaza and in Palestine, like they can be in front of it, and sometimes you're like, oh yeah, they're not going to show that
Yeah.
in the news, so it helps you be more aware of what's going on. But then again, then you're like, why do I need to know what's going on in America? But still, I'm in there and I'm like,
yeah, we know we can easily find out. In going like to a lighter topic as well, even for like people, I don't know, if you suffer with, if you've been diagnosed with like ADHD or autism or, I don't know, even like bipolar or something, there is a lot of harmful advice online.
But it makes you feel less alone.
It makes you feel less alone, but also it can give you a lot of advice. So my brother has been diagnosed with autism and ADHD. He was years ago. And there is actually some sound advice on like how to approach it with him and how to help him and how to support him. And that's really helpful, but also like...
everybody has a bit of ADHD. Oh, you forget your keys.
Yeah,
here's 10 signs you could have ADHD. And it's like...
A lot of people take it too far. A lot of people are self-diagnosing themselves, but they'll find out when they go to the doctors and get an actual diagnosis anyway.
But there's no
But it does. People who
yeah.
wouldn't have realised will then be going to the doctors, and you do have the flip side where too many people are going with it. But not just diagnosed disorders, but even like just general mental health. If I'm having a really bad day or I'm struggling with motivation, I've actually seen a lot of tips online of things to make my life easier. I don't know.
Yeah,
like the one thing I saw online is like a microwave rule. While actually microwaving something, make it into a little game and see how many little jobs you can get done until it's finished. And so I'll like wipe down the sides or put stuff in the bin or something. And it's not a lot, but it's more than you would have done.
And I think as well for me, it's like being dyslexic, like I'm still in the process of getting like access to work. If a dyslexia and a lot of like grant funding, I follow Pacific social media sites whose whole dedication is to scrounge the internet to like, there's this app called Eric, and it is an app where all the creative jobs and opportunities are in one place. So that's when it becomes good, because you're utilising it for a benefit, right? And it's like, we don't live in London where all the jobs are in our creative industry, but with Eric, it helped me realise that, oh, I can do this training scheme for a bit, oh, this opportunity. But yeah, I think it's all what you do with it at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, 100%. Social media can be fantastic. It can get you in touch with people. It can give you opportunities you never had before, help with advice. But on the flip side, if you are too reliant on it, or if you overindulge with it, it can cause negative consequences.
In a minute, I will give you my quick tips on what I do to consume less content. Like when we were talking about doom scrolling, set a physical timer, and then once that's gone, just stop. And on your apps, you can set a timer to stop you blocking the apps. And I mentioned 1 second. That's a good app for disrupting your flow, because when I open TikTok, I have to wait a couple of minutes, and then by the time I have to wait, the impulse is gone, and then you can block shorts and reels. So when you go on it, it's just like, nah. So, and I think as well, be intentional what you're looking for. Yeah. So what I realised that oh, let me watch a YouTube video that actually will help me or just be more entertaining instead of mindlessly scrolling, because you don't remember what you've viewed. But if you watch a documentary or something, and instead that's beneficial, and I think it's what you do with it more than anything. And I think just go out with your phone one day.
Yeah.
When we went to that park and it had no signal, oh my god, it was just like, we were just like, oh no, how are we going to meet everyone? We didn't have a location.
Well, that's the thing.
But it was so nice at the same time.
How many of us was there? There was 2,
About like 9?
6, 8, I think there was 10 of us. So 10 of us all met up. We went to a park, just like a big country park with like a castle and everything. And when we got there, we realised there was no signal. And the first instinct, everyone's like, how are we all going to meet? How are we all going to know where we were? We all just went to the entrance and waited there. Like, it wasn't a problem.
And we all found each other and we're like, whoa.
And then we were there for like 5-6 hours with no signal.
People had their cameras.
Were fine.
We had a picnic.
We were taking photos. We had a picnic. The lads played a bit of like catch, I guess.
Yeah.
And we had a walk around and just took the sights in and was all just chatting. And it was nice and no one cared. When we think back to that experience, none of us go, oh, it was really sad we weren't on our phones.
Because people would have actually just been bored and got their phones out, but there was nothing.
Well, that's what happened the last time we met up. Halfway through, a load of people just started scrolling through their phones, and I find it so ignorant. But we could actually communicate as a friendship group.
You know what, we should do... I don't know if anybody's watched Race Around the World. We need to do that whole thing where no phones, just some cash, and just do that, because I was part of this thing where the person who did the campaign for it, and it's like, get out your discomfort zone, and it's like, then it's like your habit of just putting Google Maps on when you're going places, that's out of habit, but really you know what you are doing. So it's that kind of like, we think it would be doomsday without it, but realistically, like when I said I ignored my phone for an hour and nothing happened.
Yeah, exactly. Going back to the title of the episode, is it a blessing or a curse?
It's a bit...
It depends what you make of it, to be honest, in my opinion. But what's your opinion? What do you think?
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. No, I think, yeah, because you meet new friends, you know, it gives you opportunities, but it's all about attention. And that's what I realised. When I'm bored, I'm doom scrolling but then that's a bad intention. But if I go watch a video, an essay on YouTube, or if I go watch a documentary, or if I go watch his TV program because it's entertainment, I set that intention. I'm not doom scrolling for the sake of doom scrolling.
Yeah.
It's about what intention do you have, because like you said, 20 minutes of doom scrolling is not going to benefit anybody, but if you took that 20 minutes and watched a documentary, then whatever, that's something more beneficial.
Yeah.
And it's okay just to say I want to be entertained, but you have to make the decisions. You shouldn't let the algorithm let you constantly scroll. So set a timer, and if you say 5 minutes of doom scrolling, okay, set a timer so you're not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about the attention. What do you think?
I already said what I think.
Oh.
But yeah, we'll leave you with that thought process, and let us know what you think as well, audience. You let us know what you think.
If you want to go old school, email us, DM,
send us a letter.
Send us a letter,
somehow.
Comment below. Telepathically communicate.
Yeah, if you don't do it that way, then I don't want to know. You know.
Alright.
See you later.
We're coming to the end of the episode. Thank you for listening. Like we say, work hard, but dream even harder.